Hello everyone. In the last video, we covered how to prepare before you start building an application. In this video, we are going to create an application and then go through how to create forms so you can see and appreciate how powerful Zoho forms are, like Zoho Creator is in creating forms for you to easily collect your data and do anything you want with the forms. So by the end of this video, you should be able to create an application and start building your forms for your application. So you will see how the forms do the automatic validation and all that. So let's start by creating one. Go to the solutions. So on your page, on your Zoho Creator page, when you come here and you ask, like when you come here to the Zoho Creator home page, you will see a button saying Access Zoho Creator, or you see something telling you to sign up or log in. So for me, I have Access Zoho Creator, and when you click here, it will allow you access your Zoho Creator application. So you will see a homepage like this. Probably you will be having only this app, but from here is where we create our applications from. For now, we shall focus on the solutions, on creating an application or on creating an application or a solution. But these other things we shall cover them as we go. So for now, you just come and create a solution. So here you can see three different things. You can see create mobile and web apps to handle simple tasks, like create an application. You can see you can come and use the BI and analytics to help you analyze your data, and then you can integrate other things. Let's just go to here and you see. So when you click there, it will take you deeper into the analysis bit, which we are not going to cover now. So you can see you can import from other applications, you can import from other sources, but we shall not cover that now. Then here you can integrate other things. So you can create an integration flow using these other things which we shall cover in later videos. But for now, we shall create an application. Let's create that. So there are different ways of creating an application, of kickstarting your application. You can create it using Zia. This is the AI tool that Zoho provides. So you just prompt it to create something and it will create for you something. So we shall not go to this now, but it is really useful. When you click create, it will allow you to prompt it just like how you prompt ChatGPT, and then you tell it, I want so and so application to do this and this and this. I want it to be used by this and this users. All those things, if you prompt, like if you give it here, all those prompts, it will build for you an application on that go. Then there are these other types. We are going to use create from scratch. Then you can create from gallery. So this is where all the other applications that are pre-built and provided to you are allocated. So you can choose from any of these applications. So this can be useful in some ways if you just want to kickstart and maybe experiment, or you have appreciated any of them and you want to use it on the go. You can use any of these applications, so they're available to you. You can see all from IT, business, sales, marketing, education, finance, customer support, all these. You just click install and it will automatically install the application for you with all the workflows that are in that application. So if you want to see maybe how workflows are done in these applications, or you want to test out something, or you want to use the application, you can come here and choose the application that you have appreciated, and you can use that. So you can see all these things, healthcare, manufacturing, all these things are there. So For now, we are going to create an application from scratch. We shall name our application Student Management System. Shall create our application. Just ignore the enable environment for now. Create our application. So it will take us to this kind of interface. So this is the interface that allows us to do our drag and drop and create our forms very fast. For now, since we are creating a student management system, let's just talk about forms because that's our main focus today. So forms are elements or components that we use to collect data from different, like about different entities. So, for example, in a school management system, you would want to collect data for the student, for the teachers, for the classes, for the subjects, for the school, all those things. You need to collect the data, and you collect that data using forms. For example, you want to collect the data for the students, you will have to use the Zoho Creator to create that form so that whenever a form is created in Zoho Creator, it automatically creates a table in the database. So when you create a student form having fields like first name, last name, age, the way you create those forms, they will be automatically created in the database. So within your database, whenever you go in that form and fill in student records, the the what everything you fill in will be automatically stored in the database using those fields that you that you had specified while creating the form. So let's just do that now. When you create a new form, there are all again different ways of creating a new form. You can create from scratch, which we are going to do. You can import with data, so you can import from for example an Excel file or from another system, and those fields will be mapped into this form. We shall cover this in another time. You can use here again. This is the AI, so you like when you click on it, it will give you a prompt where you can prompt and suggest field, and for it, it will create for you the things automatically. So you can also import data from other, so you can put like an Excel or from other platforms. Now you can like import an Excel from your local storage or you know, say from a cloud service, for example, places like Google Drive, OneDrive, all these places. You can import data from there, and it will automatically create the form for you here, or it will map the fields and then create the form for you. But for now, we are going to do this. And Zoho also gives you access to templates, just like how you saw the other uh, apps that were provided for you to help you. Then they give you access to a template which you can easily click on. Now, for example, if you want to use this template, so let's click to view more. All these templates are here and available for you. Like if you want any of them, you see they have all these fields. If you want any of them, you can just click on any of them, and they will automatically come with the fields that you need. For now, we are going to use that. And here you can also get data from different places like QuickBooks, Zoho CRM, Salesforce, all these places. You can get data from there and automatically create forms for that data. So you can see all these provisions that are here: Jira, Teamwork Desk, Salesforce, all these. You can use this to get data from. But for now, we are going to do that. We are going to create from scratch. So our form, for example, will be student form. Student. So when you create a form called student, it will do two things. It will create a form for you here, and it will also show you the interface where you can add the fields, and it will, as you add the fields, as you click down there, it will automatically be creating a database table for you, and it will automatically give you access to a report showing all the records you will be adding in this form. For example, let's just go through the fields. We have different fields here. We have basic fields, we have advanced fields. I don't think that that's, but yeah, I can call them advanced fields, special fields, then you have AI fields. All these help you in creating. So now, for example, let's do this. Okay, before going to the fields, we have a student form, as you can see. Here are the settings for the student form, and you can rename it, you can duplicate it, you can also delete from here. You can also view the form properties from here, which we shall view these properties when we are finishing our form. So all these things. Now let's just take a look at the fields. So you can either drag this field, though I don't normally drag, or you can just double click on it. So when you double click on it, it will appear here. You will see some things here. You will see the field name here. You will see the field link name. So these two things do two different things. The name is just the name of the form. It's just the name of the form. No, it's just the name of the field. So if you click done and then you access the application, it will show like this. This is the field called name. Yeah. And this field you can input data. And remember, I also told you, whenever you create a form, it automatically creates a database table. And when you have a database table for you, like for a form, it can also automatically create, like gives you access to a report for that table. So you can see this all students table, yeah, and you can see the student form. So when I come and add Moses Musoke, when I submit, it will automatically map the field. Currently, I only have one field called name, but you can see it has stored my data. Again, when I come and put another name, let me say Andrew DDH. When I submit, it will automatically store these details, all the students. If you've just chosen only to save their names. But let's go back and add more fields to this form. To add more fields, you have to click on Edit, Application, click Open Form Builder, and then we can add more fields. For example, let's add email. Also, let's add, let me double click. So my internet is kind of slow, but they will show up. So some of the advantages of this field is that they, on top of storing the data, they validate that data. You're going to see on the email field that we are adding and also on the phone field. So when you put a field like phone, like when you use a phone field, it will automatically detect that this phone number you have put is valid or not. So if it has more numbers than the usual, it will refuse it. So the same for the email. If you've added an email, let me just reload here. If you added an email field and you put something that doesn't have an art or something that doesn't look like an email, it will automatically refuse it or validate it and know that this is not what I expect in this field. So let me just add that. So we have added these extra fields. When you go to the field properties here, you can also see different things here. So you can see field name, as I showed you, field link name. So the field name is just the field name, is what you're going to see when you access your application. Let's access our application here. It's what you want to see here: address, name, phone, email. But the field link name is the name of that field in our back end or in our API. So this this field link name, when you want to later use code or deluge, you will use this field link name to target this field in this form. Yes. So you also have things like mandatory. You can mark a field as mandatory or compulsory, or yeah. Then you can also choose to take on a first or last. And these fields are really good. The name and the address field is that you have access just using this address, link name or address. You have access to all these addresses. You can choose to leave any or stay with all. If you only have only one address, if you have two addresses, then you can choose all. If you have state, then you can choose it, or you can unclick it. Let me just remove, let me say postal code, because for us we don't have postal code, and remove state because we don't have state. And you'll see it will reflect in the other field. So you can capture like geo coordinates, you can adjust location of map, you like all these are things for you. But now let me just leave the others as how they are. So you can also show the field to everyone or to admin only. All these are field properties that appear on most of the fields. So let's just go and access this application and we see how it looks. So when we get done and access this application, so you can see I stayed with address line one, address line two, and I removed the others. But you can see they have gone. But I mean, you can see it has made this field mandatory. So you cannot go without filling this field. Let me just show you. The other thing, look at this phone number field. When I click something like this and I leave, it will complain. So it will keep on checking you now. If I put a number that is more, it will still complain, yeah? But if I come, put in my real number, it will stop complaining. My real email, it will not complain. But if I put a wrong email, it will complain. So you can see how the fields are really well done to make sure that you put in the right data and to make sure that everything does well for you. The other thing, we added a mandatory property here on this field. So when we click submit, we shall expect it to complain. As you can see, it has reddened all this. So when you put in the fields, if you to remember well, our students are still two only, and they only have these two, name and you can see all these other empty because we did not add that for them. But now, when we come and put our data here, so when we submit, we shall submit correctly, and then when we go to all students, the report will be automatically provided for us. And this is really very powerful from Zoho Creator, because to do just this in when you're coding from scratch is really a complex thing. But now you can see it automatically does for you this. So it gives you access to all these fields. And when you go and add another student, for example, Stuart, add this, add that, and yeah. So since these are not mandatory, let me just submit and you see that since they are not mandatory. So when I submit, it will accept, yeah. And they are not there. But in real life, since they are mandatory, let's just go and make them mandatory. So all this gives us the power of field properties and the power of Zoho Creator that Zoho Creator gives us while doing these things. So let's let's open Form Builder. We want to make our phone mandatory, and it should not have duplicate values. Yeah. Email mandatory should not have duplicate values. I think the phone, let's just leave it to have duplicate values. So you're going to see also the power of this. Even the address, let's make it, okay, let's make it not mandatory. We just see this. So when we access application, so you see all these fields marked mandatory. When I come and put my name, and put my address. If I don't fill that field and I only fill this, it will complain, obviously. If I fill in my field, it will now complain again because there is an issue. This value already exists. Enter a unique value. Why? Remember, we said our email has to be a unique. It should not have duplicate values. When you check here in all our students, we already have a student who has that email because it's Moses, called Moses. So when we, since we did the other thing we did, it will not allow us to submit anyone that has the same email. So let's go back and just change that to allow someone with the same email to submit. So you can see the power of Zoho Creator. It really gives you a lot on the go. So with our email, we had done no duplicate values. Let's just allow we get done and access application. So now, after that change, it will allow us do that. So it has added the person with the unique, like with the duplicate fields in the name. If we had added that on the phone, it wouldn't allow us to do this, but since we didn't, it allowed us to do so. So let's just go and walk through other fields that we have access to. So these field properties, as you can see, I've explained them, they are really similar. This field name is what is this field is stored as in the database. So when you're using Deluge to script and to write some code, if you have to, then you will use it to access this field. So all these fields have that kind of field. And this field is unique. If I add another email here, you will see this will change to email one because these field link names have to be unique because they are all representing a different component. So let's just go through others. So we have single line. This is if you want to add short text like a name. Most people use this for the name. So let me call this full name. If you want to add any short data, and if when you change this field name, you see it automatically change this to match the field name that you want to see in the system. So you can make this mandatory or not, and you can also put an initial value here. For example, you can say initial value has to be process. So, and you can also limit the maximum number there. Can all do all these things here. There are really many that they give you access to, but let's just test this initial value, which may be highly important for some people. Then you click done and access this application. You can see it automatically puts in the default value for you. So from here, you can just click submit and it will take this default value. So it works in some places that you may want a default value to be shown to it's something that is always used by many people. So have multiple line. This is if you have any long text. So you can see all these, they are similar, really similar. So let me say this is description to automatically change this. You see, that's changed it. So can make it mandatory. You can do all these things here. You can restrict visibility. Yes, and you can do all those things. Yeah. So this has two types. If you it can be just normal multi-line and it will appear. It will not allow you a lot of formatting. So let me just show you how it will be. It will not allow you a lot of formatting. It will just show like a description field like this. Yeah. But It can also be it can also be a different type of field. So when you go to description, you can it can be a rich text field. So rich text field, when you click done, let's see how it looks. It allows it gives you more options to add formatting in your text. Access application. So you can see now this is a different kind of field. When you put there, you can come and bold it, italicize it, underline it. All these things are added when you use rich text instead of multi-line. So that is the multi-line field. Can add the number field if you have, this is meant for integers. If you have like numbers, like for example number of students, all those things, you can add this. Or age, let's put age. Then you have date field. This is so interesting because we have date field, we have time field, and we also have date time field somewhere. Date time field. So all these things are given to you by Zoho Creator. You can choose to only pick the date. You can choose to only pick the time. You can choose to pick both the time and the date. Then you also have drop down fields. These are really highly used. So let's say city. No, not city. Let's say what? Let's say marital status. Marital status. It will automatically change this field link name, and it gives you options here to show. When you leave these options the way they are and click done, so when you click done, you can see how they look here. So when you click, it will show you these three options. So you can change these options to any options that you want. Now let's go and also see more field properties about this drop down field. It's really highly used by people, by many people. So this you can see, no, marital status. This is the drop down field. So you can change these options to single, to married, maybe prefer not to say. Then you can also arrange those options in alphabetical order. Then you can allow another choice. So if we don't click allow now another choice, they will show up like how they showed up the other side when I showed you when they still had the choices. But now when we do allow another choice, you're going to see how it's going to be, how it's going to look. So when you click done, access application, you can see when you click now, you have married, prefer not to say, single, since they have organized them in alphabetical. But if I had not clicked organize in alphabetical, they would have left them the way I had organized them. And when you click other, it will give you another space for you to put another one. For example, let me get month. So when I click submit, it will take this as another choice instead. It will take month as the other choice. But when you select any of these, it will take them as the other as the choice. So this is really powerful as well. So you have all these for the drop down, and you can choose the default one. For example, if most of the students are single, you can choose this single as default. This is also powerful. Let's access the application and see it. So you see, it automatically fills single. The other time it was empty, but now it automatically fills single as the initial default choice. So that's for the drop down for you. Then we also have multi-select. This is similar to the drop down. Then we also have radio, also have checkbox. So now let's just go and see these three. When you click done, it says application. So you can see all this. This is the radio, this is the checkbox, this is the multi-select. So multi-select means you can select multiple things. That's the only thing it means. You can select multiple things. You can put all these choices, however many choices you have. Then radio, just you can click on any of them, and you can see you can only click one of them. Can only click one of them. Here you can click all of them. So this radio is like the drop down. You can click one of them, but checkbox is like the multi select. You can click all of them, or you can click multiple choices. Yeah. So let's go back to application. So then we have decision box. This is like a true or false. You are going to see what this. Just double click on it. This is like a true. It's like true or false. Then this is like multi. This is like it's kind of like multi-line. Then you have URL. Let's just go and see some of this. Let's go and see decision box. This is like the true or false. Let's go and see the image, single or multiple. You can choose any. Then this is just like an advancement of of the number field. So you can have a field and you want it to be a percentage, decimal, currency. If you have a field that where you want to store an amount of money, you have to use currency, date and time. So we shall see some of these fields like subform and lookup in other videos. File upload, you can upload different files. Now this is for image, this is for just files or files including images as well. Signature, let's add it there so that you see, or you can add the audio, video, all these things can be used as you can see. So in future videos, we shall be looking at some of these advanced fields, audio, video, auto number, this is highly used also. It's really self-explanatory to keep on increasing. Most people use this for the ID of the record. So most record IDs they will be using this. Then formula field, we have a section. So for example, you want to add a section. Just click on this, and you call it other. You also have things like integration. So we shall use integrations. This is really useful if you want to bring in a field that is integrated with things like Zoho CRM and the like. So we also have this add notes. This is really used to display different notes. Let me first put this in this other section. So you will see this section when we click done and access the application. Then these AI fields are really powerful as well. I've used this before. It's really, really powerful. We shall cover this in another video. Even these users, so these users, how different it is that it will let you access the system users of this application. So let me just add it here so that you see. So let me add another. So all these, I think all these are really, really powerful. If you want to add audio, the same way you add these other things, you can add your audio here. Or if you want to add a video, attach a video, you can use this. So you just click done and we look at some of these fields. Don't want this video to be a long one. Access this application. So you can see some of these fields. You can see this decision box. This is a true or false. If you want people to pick true or false, you use this decision box. Then if you want to upload an image, you can use any of these. So you can upload your image, for example, you upload that. If you want to add a signature, you can use this. So you can draw your signature here, and you can, yeah, as you can see, file upload. You can upload a file, anything. Then you can access the system users. Currently, this is the only system user that we have, but the more system users you add, for example, accountant, what, they will be showing up here. And if you want to use them, you can use them here. So really, that is really an overview of the fields. The last thing I want to cover is the form settings. So this form has settings here. When you click on Open Form Builder, this form has settings here. No, has properties. So when you click on the properties, it has different properties here. It asks you on successful form submission, what message do you want to be shown? Currently, it has been showing student added successfully. But now I can say, let it show testing. Let's just click done and you're going to see something magical. So you see something magical here. Let's add someone here. Let's add, oh, this thing is really powerful. Then just add this. So what other? So we don't have any other field that. So when you click submit, you will see it show testing. Yeah. So and you remember when you go to our form, you will see our person there already. So to have had it, yeah. So when you go to, let's go back to our form, let's edit our application. So you've seen that really. When you click on this, it really gives us access to more powerful things about forms. So let's click on it again. You can see it's testing. You can decide to send an email notification whenever this form is submitted. You can decide to send an email notification, yeah, or direct it to somewhere. You have somewhere else to direct to. You can direct that. If you want to direct the people to YouTube after submitting a form, you can do that. Or any other site, or within Zoho Creator, you can do that from here. Capture location. Whenever someone submits, you want to capture their location, this is also okay, you can do that. Capture their IP address, you can do that. You can decide to change the naming of these fields. For example, that submit button you have been submitting, you want to call it send. Let's just change that. You will see it affecting. Then you can change the names of all these buttons: update, cancel, all these things. So you can open form submission, top up, all these things. There are many things here really that you can use to edit or customize your form property, which are really powerful. That's it. Let's just click done and we see that send button has changed. Access our application, you'll see that send button has changed. So when we go to our form, you will see instead of just put this here. You can see this name is now called send instead of submit. So that's really the power of Zoho Creator. It really helps you create the forms any way you want. You can capture any field that you want. Any field that you want, you can capture it. Then you can also customize the form on how it looks, what it should do after submission, how the field should validate, all those things. It gives you that power. Thank you very much for now. That was a video about forms, like about the form as an element, as a component, and the fields within the form and how you can add the fields and explanation about the fields. In the next video, we shall talk about reports. This report you see here, we shall talk about the power of reports, just a basic overview because forms and reports have deeper things you can do with them. But for now, we shall talk about in the next video about reports. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.